Hey guys, I just bought a new collection and this is not a good start. Let's start the video. Hey ladies and gents, your pal Rob here. Well, I bought a collection yesterday from I guess somebody who bought a storage unit. This is how it came. And we're gonna find out if it was a bust or if it was worth it. So let's start with the comics I did find in here. Okay, I'll show you some of the worst first. Here's one right here. This one is, well, you see what this is. Batman and, well, there you go. So this is number one, right? Maybe you have books like this. Batman 255. You know, so I guess this is typical. I guess when the storage unit gets screwed up, you get stuff like this. You got 365, 363. This collection was Batman heavy, by the way, too. There's some Fantastic Four and some Spider-Man, but it is probably like 80% plus Batman. But you see how a lot of them are not in the best of condition here. So I guess it is what it is, right? When you buy from somebody who bought from a storage unit, this is what you get. But that isn't the worst. Check this one out. I thought I'd never see something like this. Petrified comic that's disintegrating. Look at that. Petrified comic. Alright, now I'll show you some of the better books I found. I was actually pleasantly surprised I found. I was pleasantly surprised to find this there. Fantastic Four 353. The first appearance, or first full appearance of Mr. Mobius. If you've been watching Loki in the TVA, you know that he's one of the main characters besides Loki. This book is going for about $50 to $80 raw, a lot more than 9.8. This book is in near mint condition. Fortunately, this was one that actually was in a nice area of the suitcase, so it was in superb shape. The next comic here is Vengeance of Bane, number one. This one has a little bit of damage right there. You know, it's not terrible. Otherwise, it's in almost perfect condition, except for that one flaw right there. Like a little bit of a, you can see right there. Anyway, this is the first appearance of Bane. Vengeance of Bane number one. It's a really good book right now. Glad this one was also mostly spared from some of the carnage of the suitcase, so another good find here. Hopefully we can find a few more just like this, or better. Hey, if you ever consider selling your comic collection, you might want to consider Infinity Comics. They'll buy collections large or small, and sometimes individual books. And if you do contact them, tell them your pal Rob sent you. Another decent find right here. Batman, The Killing Joke number one, first print, no damage. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I may have made this suitcase buy worthwhile. This one goes for, I guess, about 50 bucks or so, and of course a lot more, 9.8. And for those who don't know, this is the issue where Joker cripples Batgirl. So this is also used in a lot of homage covers. So this is I don't know if it's a classic cover or iconic cover, but it's a readily used or steadily used homage cover. So I think this is probably a good book to have just for for your collection. Okay, I found another good book here. Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, first print. So this is actually, once again, this one is pretty much undamaged from the suitcase. And for those who don't know, this is Frank Miller's take on Batman the Future. And from what I gathered from this book, Batman up until this time was not lame, but maybe he wasn't. This is when Frank Miller made Batman cool, kind of like how Frank Miller saved Daredevil from being just a humdrum book. This one, before this, Batman was a character, everybody knew Batman, but he wasn't quite there yet. He was kind of lame. Well, after this, Batman was never the same again. Anyway, this book goes for about $50, I guess, plus in raw, high grade, and of course, a lot more 9.8. This one's not 9.8, but it's in pretty good shape. And this is probably a good book to have in your collection too. If your comics need to be pressed, I recommend Basement Comics. I've used them for a long time. They've been around for years. They have a fast turnaround time. And if you do contact them, tell them Rob sent you. And the hits keep coming. Batman, what's this, 635? First full red hood. This one is in great shape also. So anyway, this book it's still popular. It's been popular for a while. This one goes for, once again, $50 plus raw and a lot more 9.8. And this book is, it's kind of popular. It was popular a couple of years ago, but it's still a popular book to get. And another good book to have in your collection. Well, I said this pile of comics was going to be Batman heavy. Well, it doesn't disappoint. Batman 386, the first appearance of Black Mask. This is a good book to have. Good book to have in your collection. This one goes for about $50 plus raw, and of course, a heck of a lot more, 9.8. And this character, you never know. I think he's been on the Gotham TV show, but we haven't seen him on screen yet. And if we see him on screen, whenever that might be, this book will probably be a pretty good book to have. It's already popular, so I recommend this is a good book to get. Okay, so I found this book right here, Batman 423. This is the direct version. This is a really good book. This is a classic, I guess you would say iconic Batman cover by McFarlane. And I believe he borrowed his own image from Spawn. This one, if you see it in the cheap bin, my God, get it. This one goes for, God, this one's probably in very fine plus condition. I'm glad it was safe in that mess of a box or suitcase I picked up. This one goes for at least $100 plus raw, and it goes for a crazy amount, 9.8. This is not 9.8, but it is really good condition for what it is. And this is an excellent spec book just because of the cover alone. If you see this one, get it. Okay, I know this is not his first appearance, but it's still not a bad cover. Batman 244, classic Ra's al Ghul versus Batman battle cover. And this one is also homaged in a lot of newer books. So if you see this one, get it. This one is in, I guess you could say, fine condition. And this one goes for, I'm guessing, about $50. And of course, we have 9.8. This book goes for a boatload of money. This one, if you see it and it's not crazy, you should probably get it. Of course, I think 232 is Ra's al Ghul's first appearance. This is probably his next best cover right here. Or let me reframe that. This is probably his best cover, even more cooler than his first appearance cover, but of course his first appearance is worth a lot more. So if you see this one, grab it. Is there a drum roll? Alright. This is probably going to be one of the better books I found today. Avengers number 3. There was no 1, 2, or 4, but I guess this is better than nothing, correct? This one's probably in good condition. It's not perfect, but it's in good shape. This one goes for, I'm guessing, $100 or so in good. Which was a 1 or a 4, or even, I guess, an 8. But it is what it is. Not a bad book. We have the Submariner and the Hulk versus the Avengers. What a great cover. Hey, I hope you liked the video. I will see you soon.